Hi everybody, good morning. Welcome to CBBC Live, a presentation on New Panda. I am Katrina DeBacco, the broker concierge for Coldwell Banker, and today I'm filling in for Jason Kingery, who normally trains on New Panda, both here live with CBBC Live and also in Star 90. So a quick note to all of you who have been with Coldwell Banker for 20 years or 20 days. Jason Kingery, along with David Walsh, are still continuing to host our Star 90 classes. So for those of you who have been here with us for quite some time and you've done Star 90 a while back, feel free to always pop into any course. Have a little refresher. It never hurts. For those of you who are just joining the company, you definitely want to engage in Star 90 and be there throughout the entire 8-week course session. Very valuable information, and they do go over New Panda quite a bit. So today what I'm going to get into is first we're going to go over your settings. I want to make sure that everybody does have the correct and accurate account settings all set up so that New Panda is functioning properly for you. And then the second thing that we're going to go through is going to be social media. I want to make sure everybody understands that New Panda has a really, really nifty social media function as one of its capabilities. So I want to go through to show just how you're going to get that set up on your social media accounts. New Panda actually will post social media posts automatically, and you don't have to do anything. It should not be your entire marketing strategy to rely on New Panda for these items, but it should definitely complement what you're doing in social media. So thanks so much for joining. Let's go ahead and jump into New Panda. Alrighty, I'm going to pull up NRT Gateway. I already have mine pulled up, so if you need to, feel free to go ahead and pull your NRT Gateway up as well and sign in. Once you've done that, we are going to click in New Panda. Alrighty, New Panda. First screen that you come into is going to be your dashboard. This is an awesome dashboard. I love that New Panda makes all of their tutorials front and center. So if you have a question about uploading contacts, for example, into New Panda, here are two tutorials, top row, as soon as I click into New Panda, that are regarding contacts. So I might want to click into one of these and watch their tutorials. A New Panda intro. This is a really good overview of a lot of what New Panda can do. It does not get into the nitty-gritty details of training you on every aspect of New Panda, but it does definitely give you the idea of what New Panda can do. And if there are functions within the system that you want to learn more about, then you probably guessed it, but you can come and find a different tutorial to dive a little deeper with some of those items. One comment I will have on the tutorials that New Panda has produced, I think that they're really, really good. You don't often get a lot of tutorials on these techie type systems from somebody who you can actually understand. And New Panda, they're normal people. They're normal, real people sitting behind their computer screen, much like I am right now, who are just talking to you like a normal person and giving you all of the instructions on how to utilize the system. So definitely recommend these tutorials as you move forward and want to get more in depth with New Panda. So to begin, I'm going to click in Settings, which is found in my top right corner. So go ahead and click that, and we want to make sure that you have all of your information showing correctly. Display info. Make sure that you have your information showing. If any of you are out there who have legal names and preferred names, a lot of times this might default to a legal name that you don't necessarily want to go by. You want people to know you as something different, so I would definitely change that out. Organization, you want to include Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage here as your organization. If you are with CB on the zip side, you should definitely type in, I would after this put a /zip realty to include that zip function as well. First and last name should be in there, and if you have any designations that you'd like to show, here's a great place to showcase those. Slogan. Slogans are not often thought of as people enter the real estate industry, but I do think it's something that you tend to think about, I would say, in like in year 2, year 3. So if you haven't thought about a slogan yet, now might be a good time to start thinking about one. What do think about all of the slogans that actually do speak to you as a consumer. See what kind of qualities those slogans have and build that into your own. Lastly, if you are a team member, you can definitely check this team account box right here. This will actually allow you to share an account with a team member if you'd like. That way you can designate one team lead to control your new Panda account for the entire team. Now that is awesome, and I really like that particular function strictly for what we're going to be talking about later, which is going to be the social media autopilot posts that automatically get sent to all of your social networks. So if you are on a team and you have team social media accounts, which I definitely suggest, this would be an awesome tool to use to complement those social media strategies. So I would do that. Once you've made all of your changes, click Save. The next thing you're going to do is click Contact Info. You want to add in all of the appropriate information. So the email that you'd like to showcase, if you're using your Colorado Homes email as your primary business email, be sure to include that one. If you have a different one, Katrina DeBacco at KatrinaDeBaccoRealEstate.com, feel free to use that as well. Any email that you use for your business function, that's what you want to include here. It does not need to remain your Colorado Homes email. Next, we show the website. So everybody, if you attended the In Touch course, which we just did a little while ago, I showed you where you can find your website name. So you definitely want to include your website name here. Your website URL, most people are defaulted to first last name .cbintouch.com. Phone, we want to add our office phone in here. So be sure to find your office phone. If you don't know your office phone number, you can easily Google it. I go to Google for everything. So let's say I'm with Coldwell Banker in Boulder, for example. Right here, I'm going to just steal their name, or I'm sorry, their phone number off of Google, come over here, pop in my, my work phone number. That's what the phone is referring to. Fax, feel free to include a fax number if you'd like. Mobile, you can list your mobile phone number, and then address. You always want to set that to your business address. I would never include my personal residence here. This one, so I have a Boulder phone number and I have a Highlands Ranch, Coldwell Banker Highlands Ranch office location as my address. That's okay. I'm pretty mobile. I'm going everywhere. You're going to find me any office you land in. Click Save to save all of your information. Next, I'm going to go over to Images. You're going to choose your file, find your image, and click Upload. Click Save once you're done. Account info, I can ignore. There's nothing in here that I need to do, so no need for that. Social networks. This takes us to the bulk of what we're going to be talking about today. Social networks. So first, do you have social media accounts? If yes, good for you. The next question you want to ask yourself, for those of you who have social media network or accounts, are you utilizing them? Hopefully the answer is yes. I imagine, though, that we do have a lot of maybes out there. So if the answer is maybe, you want to update that. You want to make sure that you are being consistent in your social media networking efforts. So a great rule of thumb is to just commit to yourself certain days of the week that you are going to do social media. I would, for example, commit to myself to engage in social media Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturday mornings. Between 8 and 8:45, I'm doing tons of social media. And by doing, quote unquote, doing social media, what I mean is posting articles to my own network, engaging with other people, with other people's accounts. So I might go on, a friend's account and comment on some of the things that they're posting. I would, on LinkedIn, for example, there's tons of articles. So I am a part of, I swear, every real estate group out there. And they put out really great content, really great articles. They spark good conversation. I would go out there and see what things I can comment on. Start being active. The idea with social media is to be active. It's not enough for you to sit and simply copy and paste things into your social media and think that that's enough. You need to interact. You need to engage. That's kind of the name of the game. But for starters, posting is where we're going to start. So we want to add in our accounts here. And so I said my first line of questioning was for those of you who have the social media. For those of you who do not have social media, you definitely want to be on social media. I believe 92% of home searches that are starting on the internet are actually starting by way of social media. So you definitely are missing out on some great business if you're not on social media. My recommendation for the first two to be on are going to be Facebook and LinkedIn. Beyond that, choose whatever, floats your boat. If you are a big YouTube person or Pinterest person, you love images, you love home decor, things like that, Pinterest is awesome. Okay, so social media then. I'm going to choose, let's start with Facebook. So I'm going to open my Facebook account. Facebook, oops, one too many of those. Facebook.com. Alrighty, so here I am, Facebook. I am going to copy and paste my URL, which is right up here, www.facebook.com/Katrina.Debaco. I'm taking that, I'm copying and pasting it, coming back to New Panda. I'm going to paste it right here. Twitter. I also have a Twitter account. Let me go ahead and pop in my Twitter information. Twitter.com. Awesome. I'm going to go to my page. I want to get my very own URL up here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy in this one. This is actually not my personal one. This is an organization that my husband and I are actually trying to start. EK movement. It's all about spreading kindness around the world. And then next I'm going to do LinkedIn. So let me go to LinkedIn. And I'm going to go to my home. There we go. And I'm actually going to take, this is a little different now, and I'm glad that I'm actually showing this live. So most people, it would be intuitive for you to come up to your web address area here, because that's what I did for both of these as well, and any other thing. But for LinkedIn, you actually don't want to do that. You want to come down beneath your photo, and you want to copy and paste this, this web address here, because this is actually the public profile that you would like to draw people to. You don't want to draw them to this link, because this link actually takes them to your admin side. They're not going to get access into your admin side, but it doesn't give them that public profile. So you definitely want to come below your photo and include this link here. For those of you who have done this one, you want to switch that out now. So I'm back in New Panda, and I'm going to add in my LinkedIn. Oops. Yeah, that was the right one, right? I actually copied the wrong one. All of that talking. Okay. Correct one there. Wonderful. I'm going to hit save. Now I have my social networks included here. Now, I'm not done. I'm not done. It's not that simple yet. So what I'm doing in this blue box here, this is all beneath my settings, is I'm actually creating, think of it as I'm creating my email signature, if you will. So we all know that New Panda's primary function is our email marketer. It's that set it and forget it system that we love. We're so busy out selling and buying real estate for our clients, and we really need something to, do all of our emailing for us. So that's Coldwell Banker's answer is New Panda. And the way that Coldwell Banker actually assists you in that further is we create monthly newsletters, throw them into your New Panda account, and on a recurring basis, on a recurring monthly basis, those email newsletters are sent out to all contacts who are stored in your New Panda account. Pretty awesome. Such a time saver. You don't have to worry. This automatic newsletter is constantly going out. So with that being incredibly helpful to many of us who are just way too busy sometimes to even think about creating a newsletter, what New Panda has over and above the email marketer is actually a social media poster. So to do that, what we're going to do is click on Manage Social Networks, which is right up here. So I click that guy, and that gives me 4 social media options to utilize for New Panda to post to. So in the same regard as New Panda, blanketly sending out those automatic newsletters with you not having to lift a finger, it will do posts for your social media accounts. Now it will handle posts for Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn only. So what I want to do, first of all, Facebook. Some of us have personal Facebook pages. That's actually what I had showing up. And some of us also have business pages that we've designated specific to our real estate business. Now, if you want to only showcase your business page, then you need to use the second box here to click into. If you're going to use your regular Facebook page, then you're going to use this one. So I'm actually going to show how to do the business page one because I want to do that. The regular personal Facebook page is the same. It's just one step less. So let me take us with the Connect with Facebook pages. So I'm going to click that. Continue as Katrina. I'm going to say yes. New Panda would like to post to Facebook for you. Who do you want to share these posts with? Now this is, if you are a Facebooker and you've created tons of groups, you can start playing here with all of the different groups. If I go to this drop down, I can start doing different groups. Custom might be something, and I can say, okay, you know what? I only want, specific people, and then I get to actually list people, or I get to create lists. So really cool stuff if you wanted to do that, and I recommend for those of you who are doing a personal Facebook page, that might be something that you want to play with. I'm going to just still say friends. I'm going to leave it as friends. You know what? I take that back. Because I'm doing it with my quote-unquote real estate business page, I'm going to choose public. I want anybody and everybody to find me. I don't care where you're from. If you're from New Jersey, California, Germany, Texas, it doesn't matter. I want you to find my business Facebook page because that's one of my lead generators. So I'm going to choose that to be public, and I'm going to click OK. Now, New Panda would like to manage your pages and publish as pages that you manage. That's what I want. So I'm clicking, I want Embrace Kindness. That's my business Facebook page. Let's just say that that's Embrace Kindness Real Estate. That's my real estate page. So I'm going to click OK. Now I'm all done. So I already have Embrace Kindness Movement added here. Okay, I'm going to go back to settings. I'm going to go back into Manage Social Networks, and I'm going to click on Twitter. Authorize New Panda to use your account. Authorize app, absolutely. I'm good with Twitter, and I also want to connect with LinkedIn. New Panda would like to access some of your LinkedIn info. I definitely want New Panda to access. That's why I'm doing this. One thing about LinkedIn. Authorization completed successfully. You are connected until 10/15 of 2016. So I'm only connected through October 15th of this year, and specifically 1:23 p.m. The reason that this is happening, LinkedIn has actually added controls onto their social media site, so they don't like it when there's automatic posters who constantly have control of posting to your site for an undisclosed amount of time. So LinkedIn will disallow New Panda posting to your LinkedIn account after October 15th. You just have to come in here and initiate that connection once again on October 15th when you're ready. Alrighty. Okay, so I have what I needed right up here. I'm going to come back out, settings, manage social networks. Awesome. Okay. So that is what I did so that I can add in my social media networks here. So the next thing that I want to show is actually how we are going to now make it so that there's actually posts to come in and show. So I'm going to go to messages, then I'm going to go to autopilot settings. So we've done step one. We've established the connection between our new Panda account and our several social media accounts. You don't have to do all of them either. You can just choose to do one or the other. Now I went to messages, autopilot settings, and here is I'm going to scroll down to my newsletter and campaign channels. Oh, sorry, I want to scroll down, I passed it right up, to social autopilot channels. And I am going to choose which channels of items that I want New Panda to post items to. So one little tidbit here, because it doesn't actually tell you this, but anything that starts with New Panda, these are not things that will post to your account. So this is New Panda, the company, actually creating stuff specific for specific reasons. These aren't items that we would actually subscribe to. And I'm only talking about the things that begin with New Panda. So these three guys here, New Panda, Real Estate Technology, Recruiting General, and Recruiting Real Estate, these three items are not ones that we would use. If you checked them, that's fine. They're not really going to be relevant though for you and your business. So I would stray away from anything beginning with New Panda. So you're going to want to, look at the other items. So general interest and engaging questions. That sounds like I definitely want to engage in that one. So I'm going to click active. And here are the accounts that pulled up for me that allow me to move forward. So I'm going to click LinkedIn. And I'm also going to click Twitter. Now the next one that I'm going to do, let's see if there's any other channels that I want to do. Monthly real estate newsletter posting. That's that newsletter that goes out every month. Yeah, throw that on my social media accounts. I don't mind at all. And notice that my Facebook account isn't showing up here right now. If I come back in here later, I would say give it at least an hour. Sometimes it takes a day for that to totally populate. And I would just come back and just check the same boxes for my Facebook account. Obviously, I'm doing this in real time and it's coming up pretty quickly, so my Facebook has not come over on this side yet. Let's do another item. So why not U.S. holidays and events? Sure, that's awesome. So I'll add that one in there as well, and I'm going to check both of the accounts off. Again, if I had Facebook in there, I would check off Facebook as well. So I load that in there. Now I am all good. I'm subscribed to these three items: general interest and engaging questions, monthly real estate newsletter, and U.S. holiday and events. Now I am completely set to allow New Panda to post to my social media accounts on those days, or I'm sorry, regarding these topics. I was getting ahead of myself because that was going to be the next thing that I wanted to talk about is when does it post? New Panda creates new content for your social media every Tuesday morning. It's their weekly schedule. So, they have an entire team working for New Panda, and every Tuesday, I would imagine every Monday, they're probably creating all of their very cool, very nifty, trending topics of social media items to add to your accounts. And then on Tuesday morning, everything gets populated into New Panda's system so that it can all auto-populate to the correct subscribers who have subscribed to, allowing New Panda access to get those social media posts out there. So that's really awesome. That's pretty much it for initiating, number one, the connection between New Panda and your social media accounts. And then number two, actually setting it up so that there are items to post. I will say a lot of people tend to forget about this second tier of what you need to do, which is adding these items in. So you want to make sure that you subscribe to the correct items that you want to do. If you don't subscribe to anything, then there's nothing that New Panda knows to post to your accounts. So be sure that you subscribe here. And I just want to say that one more time. So settings, there were two places we actually added social media account information. We went to social networks down here. Everything in this blue bar, I mentioned, think about that as if I am creating my email signature. This is what is branding those newsletters that are being sent out to the masses. So I want them to have my my display information, know what company I'm with. I want them to know all of my contact information. I want them to see my face, and I want them to be able to connect with me on social media if they click on these icons. So that's the first place that we add social media links. The next thing we do is click Manage Social Networks, and this is only for those of us that want to actually add social media or allow New Panda access into posting to our social media sites. So it popped up here for me under Facebook pages. These are all different pages that I manage. So I click on Embrace Kindness Movement. That's the one that I wanted to put up there as my business page. So I clicked add, and now it shows up here as connected. And so that, I think we gave that enough time. That was much quicker than the hour that I thought. So that's awesome. The next thing you're going to do, messages, autopilot settings. And then you're going to come down here to add. So now I have Facebook included in there. So I'm going to click Facebook page, and my last item down here, Facebook page. And now I know that these autopilots, these social media autopilots are going to generate on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So really, really awesome. I love New Panda for that feature. The last thing that I want to mention during today's training is this sidebar over here. So New Panda University. Totally cool. New Panda University actually is just that. This sidebar follows me wherever I go, and it gives me some helpful links that I can touch into. So I'm currently sitting in all of my social media stuff right now, so it tells me, do you want to know more about an autopilot overview? This would be great. This is going to show me how to do some e-cards, some different items in there. So I'm going to click back out of that. I'm just showing this for, just for example purposes. Social autopilot posts. This is an entire little webinar, and I don't even think it's that long of a webinar. I want to say this one is like 9 minutes or so. Their stuff is usually pretty quick. But social media autopilots, that one would probably go over quite a bit of the items that we went over today. Tracking topics. You can create different topics. You can see New Panda's constantly putting out new topics to either email out to or do social media posts on. So that's going to be really helpful as well. My whole point in just letting you know about this is that these are going to be really helpful tools that you can click on to give you information. And again, it follows me wherever I go. So let's say I'm in messages right now and I click on your messages. This followed me. The New Panda sidebar followed me around, and these actually changed. Now I have different items that it's asking, or letting me know that are here as a resource for me. So I have e-message topics, replicating e-messages, different items. Some of them might stay the same, social autopilot posts. Those are just pulling from the different windows that I've clicked on. And then right below that are going to be helpful videos. So I actually think this is really, really cool. The eTools overview and tutorial. This is actually one that I actually was on the phone with New Panda's customer service, which if you ever have a question for New Panda, you can click the help button. They have an awesome customer service line. They give you their number and their email address. So I was on the phone with them one day, and I'm laughing because I'm sitting here training and telling you all that this little guy follows you, this whole sidebar follows you everywhere you go. And we actually sat and my question was answered right in this eTools overview and tutorial. Excuse me. It was a little 20-minute tutorial. That one was kind of long. Their tutorials are typically like about 10 minutes or so, so they're very bearable. This one was a little lengthy, but it had a lot to tell me, so I actually learned not only the answer that I was looking for, but a good deal more of some items that I needed to know. So again, back in dashboard, here are going to be some awesome tutorials for you. That's the first page that we landed on. You can come in here to help. That's going to be really helpful as well. You can actually get a direct customer service person there. And then you also have all of your items on this left-hand dashboard with the new Panda University. Really good stuff. So that is about it, everybody. I am, if there are any questions, you all have access to our chat box, which I keep looking over to my left shoulder, which might be my right on the video screen, but I'm managing our chat box. It doesn't look like there have been any questions. If there is anything, you can always email me at katrina.debacco@coloradohomes.com. That's Katrina, Katrina, .debacco, DEBACCO, at coloradohomes.com. You can also always ask your OA, your branch manager. And then again, for those of you who have been with the company for some time or not any time at all, Star 90, which is held at our North Metro office as well as our DTC office. So we've tried to kind of separate those so that there are places that you don't have to drive as far. Those are taught by Jason Kingery and David Walsh, and they do an exceptional job at training on New Panda as well as many other tools that you can use to really help grow your business. So I hope today's tutorial was helpful on the social media aspect of New Panda. We talked so much about the email marketing and how it's tied to the AVP and, you know, really allowing this system to be that set it and forget it email marketer for us. And I think sometimes that overshadows that above and beyond component of New Panda with that social media stuff. So if you are a social media-er, and especially if you are not, this is a great tool for you to use. If you have any questions, you know where to go. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching, and I hope you have a great day.